This is Bharat FM and Manan Rawal reporting from the live coverage at the Cincinnati, and we have some immigration issues, the people over here, and they are having their citizenship oath, and I have Immigrant Refugee Law Center Myra with us. Hello Myra.
Hi, thank you so much for having us.
So why you are here and what exactly you do?
So we are here because Harold, our client, is becoming a citizen. We are very happy to be here for this special day for him. So our organization offers free legal immigration services to immigrants and refugees in the area that cannot afford private attorneys. We believe that everybody should have access to fair legal services and to be represented, whether it's in immigration court, whether they are detained with ICE or with the immigration office. So that's our goal, to represent all immigrants and refugees in the greater Cincinnati, northern Kentucky, and southeastern Indiana.
So did you help Harold?
Yes, I had the honor to do his application, and he's now a citizen. We also helped his wife and his son, and they are all citizens already. So this is a great moment for us. We're very proud because he, as you know, he's a very special human being. He brings so much energy, and through his experience, he's educating the community so we can stop human trafficking, which is a big problem that our society faces.
And how long this process takes?
It is actually fairly quick. Cincinnati is a very efficient office as far as processing citizenship. So it takes between 3 to 6 months. So it's a very quick process.
So if, for say, example, I send you somebody that he is a victim of this non-immigration, I am a little bit confused how to say this illegal immigration thing. But if somebody is there and they need your help, how you can handle it or what you can do with them?
Right. So if anybody who is an immigrant has been a victim of human trafficking or have been a victim of crime in the U.S. and they have worked with law enforcement, they might be eligible to get a path to get a green card. It could be with a T visa, with a U visa, and it's a very long process, but our office can represent them for free. We do not charge for our services, so we can work with the client and we can work with law enforcement to get a legal status for this person. Depending on the type of case, it could be 1 year if it's a 2 visa, it could be 6-7 years for a U visa, but we do all the work.
Oh, okay. Anything else you want to say something about the immigration thing?
Well, if anybody lives in the greater Cincinnati area or northern Kentucky or southeastern Indiana and they are in need of legal representation, we'll be happy to help them. They can give us a call. Our number is 513-828-0577, or they can visit our website. It's irlawcenter.org, and they can request a consultation. We do consultations with all our clients, and if they qualify for our services, we represent them for free.
So everything is free at your organization, right?
Absolutely, everything is free.
Can you repeat your contact number again?
513-828-0577.
0577. Listeners and viewers, please keep it in mind. If you have any kind of immigration problem, do reach to Myra. She is very nice and humble lady, and she will help us out. We have Myra over here on the governor's office at the Citizenship to attend the citizen oath ceremony over here from Columbus. Welcome to the show, Myra.
Thank you so much.
And who invited you, first of all?
Harold invited me to attend today.
And what's your job profile? Can you just explain a little bit more on that?
Yes, so I work at the Ohio Department of Public Safety within the Office of Criminal Justice Services, and my team manages the Governor's Human Trafficking Task Force. And so the task force was created by executive order, and so it's really the governor charging state agencies with building a coordinated state-level response to human trafficking.
And how you are related to Harold? Did you help him in his immigration process, or how do you coordinate with them? Can you just give us some more details on?
Yes, I would say more the opposite. I would say Harold has helped us.
Oh.
And so I got to meet Harold about 7 years ago while I was working at the Department of Public Safety, because Harold had a lived experience of labor trafficking. When I met him, he was basically sharing his story to raise awareness of labor trafficking. And that is what we were trying to do as well, was raise awareness, provide training and education at the state level throughout Ohio on recognizing labor trafficking and responding. And so when I met Harold, he partnered closely with our office to help provide that education.
So are you partnered with Harold's NGO that is ICE Open International?
Yes. So I consider Harold to be a very close partner of the Governor's Human Trafficking Task Force. So not only does he help provide training to key stakeholders like law enforcement or state agencies or investigators, but he also helps inform policy. He will review deliverables, he'll review documents to make sure that we are accurately depicting the nature and scope of labor trafficking.
So how your department works? You are from the state governor's office.
Yes.
And basically, if I'm not wrong, immigration is a little bit of the federal government.
Federal, yeah.
So how you coordinate and what exactly you can help us as per Harold and you in there?
Yes, so some of the things that we are working on is making sure that survivors of human trafficking who are in Ohio, who are foreign nationals, have practical access to state-administered benefits and services. For example, the Ohio Department of Medicaid is a member of the governor's task force. And one thing we were noticing was victims of human trafficking who were undocumented, but had applied for their T visa, were not Medicaid eligible because they did not yet have that T visa. And as you may be familiar, it takes a long time to get determination on that T visa. And so what my office does is work with the Ohio Department of Medicaid, for example, to make sure that victims of trafficking who are awaiting determination on that T visa can be Medicaid eligible and during that waiting time. So that's one example of a policy change that we can do at the state level to make sure that victims of trafficking who are foreign national and waiting on that form of immigration relief have access to what they need to help rebuild their lives after victimization.
So that is the only one, but there are plenty of things that you can help us with, right?
Yes. So we also help with like the BMB, for example, helping victims get identification, driver's license, same with cash assistance and food assistance, or even Social Security. While that's managed federally, my office does coordinate with the federal level to make sure that victims aren't wrongfully denied the Social Security number, for example. So any of those systems, my office helps kind of remove barriers for these victims.
Anything else you want to say something on the immigration or illegal immigrants here in Ohio? Is there any message from the governor's office?
Well, the message is for victims of human trafficking who are in Ohio, regardless of how they got here, there is assistance available, whether that's through nonprofit organizations, legal assistance. If you were trafficked and you were in the United States, there is a pathway for you and there is assistance available for those victims.
Thank you so much, Maya. Cincinnati, it's a citizen oath ceremony is going on, and we have our chief guest over here. She is from Attorney General's office. Can you introduce yourself a little bit? What's your profile and what you do for the immigrants?
Sure. My name is Carol O'Brien. I'm Deputy Attorney General for Law Enforcement for the Ohio Attorney General. And what I do is we supervise the Anti-Human Trafficking Commission, which is composed of volunteers who volunteer to work. We have survivor committees, we have legal committees, we have healthcare committees. We work to try to quantify what's actually going on in the state of Ohio and we can in fact hit.
So basically you are here for the human trafficking issue, or how you are?
So I met Harold when I started my job. He was on the President's Human Trafficking Task Force.
Okay.
And he came and met with the Attorney General, and then he asked if we could meet. So I drove to Cincinnati, and we sat and talked probably most of the day about his experience and what he wanted to do to help people and what the President's Task Force was really in as what the Attorney General was the thing.
So what exactly Attorney General's office do to help the undocumented immigrants?
We don't do a lot with the undocumented immigrants. The Attorney General is called a constitutional officer, so he has a limited role in what he can do, and that's not within the boundaries of what he is allowed to work.
Can we expect any special law from the state attorney's office for the undocumented immigrants? Are you looking something on it, or?
Again, it's not within the purview of the Attorney General, and as far as I know, we're not working on that. I know there are other agencies that are gaining input with their state legislators. It needs to come to the state legislation.
So you know Harold from the president's office when he was there for the human trafficking task, right?
Right.
Okay. Anything else you want to let us know about your role in the Attains office that can help with undocumented immigrants over here?
Don't be afraid. If you're in a situation like Harold was, don't be afraid to contact law enforcement. They're there to help. In terms of what can happen after that, a lot of times if you're working with law enforcement, you can receive certain official assistance in that area. So I would just say, just be sure to...
So first they have to contact law enforcement, get their paperwork done, or they just have to file a complaint and get the paperwork done is from EOI, that is any kind of organization that are working on immigration.
I would probably contact the organizations first. But if you're in a situation like Harold was in, that's clearly illegal, you can contact law enforcement.
Got it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for giving this. We have Harold D'Souza, and we are in the Cincinnati. Today it was those immigrants, those who are here legally and could not get through with the legal process and stuff like that. He is with us, and today it was his citizen's oath ceremony, and we would like to know what exactly, how we go through it and where he is now.
Yeah, first and foremost, friends, I would like to thank Bharat FM and Manan Rawal for creating awareness, prevention, education, and protection on human trafficking in the United States of America and worldwide. I am blessed to get my oath ceremony today. I'm a proud citizen, and thank you to Bharat FM and all my friends in the United States of America, India, and worldwide. I was invited to the US 20 years back on an H-1B visa, ended up being a victim of labor trafficking and debt bondage. To cut the long story short, my case was with the FBI, and I was granted a continued presence status, a U visa, a permanent residency card, and today is my ultimate freedom. That's the US citizenship. So thank you very much, Manan Rawal.
Thank you. Thank you and congratulations.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you a lot.
This is Manan Rawal signing off from the Citizen's Oath, Cincinnati. Thank you so much.